It's mine. Whose world is this?
Taking over, hit the landscape of the kicks and copping any bricks. Off fire you desire, my rock can maybe flip. It's easy, you never trip, get them early, you never miss no bite. But if they hot, make it to the court, they cap. Now welcome to Bobby Sneaker World. Sneaker World, yeah, Bobby Sneaker World, Sneaker World, Sneaker World.
Hey yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy, Bobby Sneaker World, and I am back with another video. Mr. Heater Cheeks himself is back for the month of February 2021, and I'm excited. I'm going to ruffle a lot of feathers with this video. I'm gonna, everybody doesn't have to agree with me. Always gotta preface these videos with, this is my opinion. Doesn't mean I'm right. Doesn't mean you have to agree, and I appreciate everybody that comments down below that they don't agree with me. I appreciate that too. All the back and forth, I love it. If you're new around here and that big button down below is still red, you're doing it all wrong. Make sure that button is gray. Come over here and join the movement. Subscribe to the channel. We're about 2 subscribers away from 4K. 2 subscribers away at the time that I'm shooting this. I was over 4K, and I was about this close to posting it on Instagram, and then 2 people start hating. They were like, you know what? I don't really like Bobby Sneaker World's channel that much. Unsubscribed. It was probably like, a father and son, and they both unsubscribed at the same time. They both was just like, I don't like, that he makes his shirts go with his sneakers. Unsubscribe. So now we're back to 2 subscribers away from 4K. Hopefully we can get it on this video. But anyway, we're going to talk about the month of February, Black History Month, right here in 2021, the most anticipated sneaker releases to drop this month. I'm going to start off with Jordan Brand because that's probably what most people are here to hear about. But I'm also going to talk about some Nikes and some Adidas and different things like that. But I'll start off all Jordan. So we're going to get right into it. For those of you that don't understand what we do over here, if I like something, I say that it's heat. If I don't like something, I say that it's cheeks. Or Magic City, which is even worse than cheeks. So, anyway, let's get straight into it. I've talked your face off enough. And let's get into pissing people off. So, starting off the month with Jordan Brand. Now, I'm also going to say this. I know I said I'm about to get right into it. I'm lying. All the dates are subject to change. Y'all should know that if y'all, about sneaker releases. A lot of them placeholder dates. Dates get moved around. Delayed shipments, all that other stuff. So don't worry about the dates as much. Let's just talk about the sneakers. So February 6th for 190 doll hairs. The Jordan 5 Anthracites. These are cheeks. These are not it. I don't like the mismatching of materials. I know the toe box is like suede and the heel is suede and the whole middle portion is like, I don't know, some parts are 3M or something like that. 3M doesn't attract me per se. It's not like a must-have on sneakers. It doesn't do anything for me. But I just don't like the sneaker itself. I'm not a huge 5 fan in general, but the sneaker itself just isn't. I would spend my $205 after tax on something else. If I had $205 to spend, it wouldn't be on this 5. So they're cheeks. All right, same day, February 6th, and celebrating the Super Bowl allegedly. Some Jordan 12 lows. Are they called Super Bowls? Yes, Super Bowl. Jordan 12 low SE Super Bowl for $190. Looking at the sneaker, if it was a regular height sneaker, it probably would have a lot of potential. Obviously, it's very reminiscent of the flu game, which everybody obviously is probably going to say. But a flu game with gold hits would really, really be dope. These are not as a low, just my opinion. So these will not be getting, no. If I can get them for retail just to review them on the channel or something like that, maybe. But as far as like adding to the collection or the rotation, not gonna happen. These are cheeks. All right, this is really gonna upset some people. I plan on doing it a couple more times in a row. Jordan 1 High 85, $200, neutral grays, February 10th. I do not like the 85 cut. I've said this on a couple of videos. I said it on a live. Do not like the 85 high cut. Not even necessarily, a lot of people talk about the tough leather and the way the leather was in 1985 and that's that. I don't like the cut. I don't like the shape. It's long. The neutral gray, it being a plain sneaker doesn't bother me. I don't mind plain sneakers. I love Jordan 1s. I would love this neutral gray sneaker. It's a true OG in just the regular nowadays OG high cut. That would be fire. I would go for that. I would put in every raffle just for the white and gray, neutral gray highs, OG highs. The 85 cut, no bueno. Am I going to go for it? Obviously. I'm going to go for it to have it in a collection as a collector's piece because it's such an OG sneaker. It's going to be very, very difficult to obtain. If I don't hit, it's on to the next one. I really don't care enough. But to me, these are cheeks just because I don't like the 85 cut. The colorway, very simple. I think it's fire. The 85 cut, I don't care what color they come out in. I won't like the cut. Will I continue to go for the sneakers? Of course, but they're still cheeks. All right, so the most controversial sneaker of 2021. It might not even change. It's early, but it still may not change. It might be the most controversial sneaker all the way through 21, but we'll see. The Jordan 1 High OG Trophy Room 1s. These are not it, man. Y'all are bugging. I want y'all to tell me. Now, I'm not going to say everybody, because everybody, obviously, like I said, don't have to agree with me. My opinion is just my opinion. But I really believe that these are getting overhyped. Like, they're not dope. Like, when this is not pre-blue laces. I don't care about none of that, limited or not. Like, if these were a GR from one of the biggest Jordan 1 fans, these are not that dope. And it comes down to, when I posted on my IG a couple months ago, whatever, they look like knockoffs, like the signature on the back. It looked like something I saw in a flea market, obviously, with the, I get now the story behind it with the freeze out. I'm very well aware of the story behind the sneaker. That's what makes it worth copping in itself. The sneaker is not fire. Like, it's not that $1,500, $2,000, regardless of the laces, like all of that. It's not that crazy. Like, there's so many other Jordan 1s that are fire that I would spend my money on. You guys, I'm not gonna say you guys, a lot of people are just want it because it's limited. And your mind starts playing tricks. I'm like, yeah, that's dope. Oh, those are crazy. Those are like Chicago's. They're really not. The storyline behind it is pretty dope. The sneaker itself is not crazy. Like, that whole iced out, like, sneaker look, it don't look good to me. All right, moving on. Clot Air Jordan 14s. Now this is very reminiscent. What did they make? A 10? Didn't they make a 10 Clot last year or 2 years ago? The colorway is trying to save this sneaker. The colorway on the 14 low is trying to save it. Is it saving it? No. These are cheeks as well. I don't think I've had heat yet. I'm not mad at anybody that buys these though. They're not terrible, but they're not fire. The colorway is trying to save it with the pink and the tan and with all of that and the tassel on the back and all. February 11th, $200. Cheeks. All right, so this is what scares me. My Jordan 6 Carmine. Supposed to drop February 13th. There may probably be a shock drop or something. I don't know if they're going to do a shock drop just because of everything that's going on right now. Ever since pictures emerged of the bleeding of the red onto the white midsole, making them pink. Who knows how many pairs are going to be recalled. Sneakers, I think, is still doing the release. Whatever. It's going to make it harder to get if they send a lot of pairs back from the stores. It's already hard enough to hit during quarantine and pandemic and all this other stuff. It's going to be harder if they send pairs back. So putting in your points on FLX, good luck. But what scares me about this release, now the sneaker is fire. I'm just going to say heat. But what scares me and what may make me pass on it is even if I get a good pair, it has nothing to do with the potential that my pair won't bleed anyway. Just because I get a pair in hand this white has a white midsole, as soon as that starts heating up, that dye, it's potential to dye my run on mine. Now I can't return it, especially if I wore it. And I'm not going to sell it, and I'm just going to get less than I paid for it. So now I'm extremely nervous about spending $215 after tax on a sneaker that's going to potentially be defective after I wear it. And you can't recoup your money unless Nike is going to be like, oh, well, if yours starts bleeding, we'll take it back. But it doesn't matter. Like, if I want the sneaker, I want to keep it. I want to wear it. Unless you're going to replace it with a new pair down the road doesn't have that defect. So the Carmine 6 is a grail for a lot of people. Even if it wasn't a grail, it's something that people really, really have been anticipating since last year, since we've heard about it. I've never owned a Carmine 6. I really was excited about finally getting my hands on a pair, and now this. So I'm going to say they're heat, but it still might be potential that I pass on it. Like, I just don't know if it's worth investing my money into a pair that may have those level of defects that I cannot get my money back on. All right, a couple more Jordan releases. We got the Jordan 1 women's release silver toes. Now I have gold toes still dead stock from a few years ago. I really want these. I like these. I don't know how hard they're going. They're probably going to be, obviously, they're Jordan 1s. They're going to be very difficult to cop, especially all women's releases, even though I think they're extending the sizes up to a men's 13 or something like that. So, obviously, my size 10.5 may have a few more pairs in stores than normal in women's size, big sizes, but it's going to be very, very difficult. So, I'm going to go for these. I think these are heat. But it may be a very, very difficult cop. But hopefully I can bring those to the collection. I think that these are heat. All right, two more from Jordan brand, and we'll move on. The Air Jordan 3 Cool Gray, supposedly releasing February 20th for $190. I said this last month in my Heater Cheek video. I don't get to me, I put these right on the level of Flint 13s. A sneaker that I don't necessarily get the hype on. I think it's more of a nostalgic thing where people feel like they love these because they're OG. Another sneaker that's not in traditional Chicago colors. So it's just like, yo, you know, we had to have these back then. Flint 13s, cool gray 3s back then. Even when I was young, I was not pressed for, but they're OG. So I'm going to actually go for these. I got the Flint 13s and sold them because I just didn't get it. I'm gonna get these and I'm gonna keep these if they release on time. Whenever they release, I'm going to get these. I'm going to say that they're heat, but I just don't think that they're just like, oh my god, I gotta have these. Are the dopest 3s I've ever. They're not. They're cool, no pun intended, but I think that they're all right. So, and they're OG, so I'm going to get them, I'm going to put them in the collection, and I'm going to wear them. But the hype will build even more. I think there's already been a bunch of people that got them early, but whatever. Alright, another sneaker that I mentioned in my last Heater Cheeks because of pushbacks, it's allegedly pushed back to February, is the Taupe 4s. $200 allegedly releasing on February 27th. And that word taupe has been kicking y'all's ass on YouTube. I've never seen so many people that can't pronounce a word in my life. I'm not even going to go through all of the list of words, pronunciations that I heard of the word taupe in my life. A lot of Floyd Mayweathers out there. Anyway, I talked about these in the past video, and I listed them as cheeks. And my reasoning behind that was, I think, and I still believe this, I ended up watching reviews. I wasn't going to watch a review because I planned on getting them, but now since it was pushed back, I started watching other people's reviews. And what I thought is true. I think that it's going to be a sneaker that looks dope from a distance. On foot, I still need to see it in hand, but up close, I don't necessarily think that I like it. I still think that they're cheeks. I'm going to go for them. I already got a few family members that asked me, like, oh, Bobby, can you get me a pair? Like, if I can get my hands on pairs, I'll get them for y'all. Once I see them in hand, if I like them enough, then, maybe I'll keep a personal pair if I hit on enough pair to keep it personal. But in pictures, they look dope. On foot, from a distance, they look dope. But the whole winterized, cracked leather, all of that wear away material, all of that different type of stuff, to me, it doesn't look good. I think people really want to like it. Obviously, the Travis Scott effect and all of that other stuff feeds into that. But keeping a pair or two to sit on, because the prices will rise on those over time just because of the Travis Scott effect, I would highly suggest, if you can get multiple pairs, sit on them and then sell them down the road for $450, whatever, get your money. All right, just a few sneakers we're going to run through, non-Jordan sneakers. If you're still watching at this point, we're going to run through really quickly. The Ambush Nike Dunk High Cosmic Fuchsia, $180, trash. I think LeBron had those on walking into a game. Doesn't make them fire. Cheeks. Magic City. I don't care what resale says. I don't care what. Now, if you buy them to resell them, if you buy them to wear them. Anywho, moving on. Pharrell Adidas HU Cream. I actually like these sneakers. Not gonna go for them because I think that they're limited to like 300 pairs or less than that or something like that. It's good. It's a good thing to rebuild hype on them. I actually think that they're a clean colorway. I like the raised lettering on the forefoot and stuff like that. I'm not gonna go for them. I don't have $220 just to throw at excuse me, to throw at an NMD right now. Not even. I don't even know what the resale is. I haven't even looked it up. Not going to. It might be a little high just because of the the limitation on the pairs, but that's a pass. They got a bunch of Bapes coming out. Bapesters are back. I remember those from when I was in high school when Pharrell was dropping Bapesters. And a bunch of people was walking around with fake pair, but it was still cool because all the colorways were cool. They were like Air Force Ones. But these have some weird cut. I don't know if they're like a dunk cut, but they look like even more of like a Walmart skateboarder shoe. I don't know what the cut is on all these. I might post one or two. There's a bunch of colors supposed to be dropping on the 6th. I'm not posting every color. Then they do have like 3 pair that look like Air Force One. There's a tan, a white, and a black. All cheeks. Every single thing on there is cheeks. I'm not posting all of them. They're all ass. So, all right. Air Force One Low Experimental Racer Pink. I have no idea what this is. These are terrible. These are Magic City. And they want $130. February 6th. You see the picture. I'm pretty sure we all on the same page with this. I have no idea who's buying this. I don't know who the audience is for these. But these ain't it. Moving on. They got a Yeezy boot coming out. A Walkerin, Wakandas. Don't know. No thank you. Alright, so we got the Nike Air Foamposite Pro, the Evolv Volt. This isn't for me. I know this is another nostalgic sneaker that a lot of people, when they really used to rock foams, had the Volts, and they love to see these are coming back. I only want, if I get any foams, it's going to be eggplants or royals. That's it. The originals. That's all I can see myself ever want. If I ever put my foot in a foam again, it'd be those two probably. Volts. I don't like Foamposite Pros anyway. I don't like foams with the Nike swoosh on it. Just give me the regular Foamposite. Cheeks. The Nike Air Max 1 Freshwater, the Griffies. They're the Griffies. Ken Griffey Jr. for those that don't know. February 15th, 170 doll hairs. It's a bulky ass sneaker, man. Another nostalgic release, bringing it back from way back when. Not for me. I think that I'll call them heat just for the sake of, because they're not cheeks. They're not for me, but they're not trash. I'm not wearing that big ass sneaker on my foot. But it's not a bad looking shoe either. Now, we got a bunch of dunks coming again. All of these were supposed to release on the same day in January. Now they pushed them all to February, and they're saying they're all releasing around the same date again. So we got the women's release, the football gray for 110 on the 16th. We got Vast Gray allegedly releasing on the 16th. Those two highs are supposed to release on the 16th. Then we got a whole bunch of lows. We got the Hyper Cobalt on the 18th. The women's release, Coast, releasing on the 18th. The UNLV releasing on the 18th. Those three are supposed to release on the 18th, all for $100. We'll see. I think that they have loaded back up onto like Foot Locker and stuff like that on the app. Check your app and see if they're releasing in your area. I don't know if they're going to be releasing in larger quantities or not, but the fact that they even loaded onto the Foot Locker app makes it a little bit more attainable. The dunk craze the past 2 years has been crazy, so it's still going to be really, really tough. I'll go through these really quick. The football gray, cheeks to me. The Vast Gray, I'll say heat is really, really plain. I seen a review. One of my subscribers, he is a subscriber. Somebody I'm subscribed to did a review. They look really clean on his foot. Hyper Cobalt, I like those. I like those as a low. The black and blue and white. It's just really, really simple, really, really dope and clean. The women's Coast, the UCLA joints, fire. Those are heat. And the UNLV, obviously that's the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. But I would buy those personally because I'm here in Columbus, and those are Buckeye colors as well, and I will rock those. I think those are heat. So we're going to move on past those. And the last one I'm going to talk about, I'll just end it with the Kobe Pro AllStar, the red and black joints. Obviously, it's very reminiscent of the Grinches in a different colorway because it has the scales on it. I do not like these. I like the Grinches, but I like the Grinches just primarily because of the color. That Volt, yellow or green, whatever you want to call it, is fire. The red, no, I'm not going to even go for them because if I went for them, it would be to resell them, and I'm not reselling any Kobe's, me personally. So I'll leave those in the store or wherever. I won't even go for them unless I went for them I'll do this. If I go for these, if I'm lucky enough to hit on sneakers or something like that, it will just be for review, and I'm going to sell them for retail. I probably won't hit on them anyway, but if I hit on these Kobe AllStars, they'll be gone for retail. I'll probably do a little raffle on the channel to a lucky winner, and then they'll get them for retail. I'll do it that way. I will not resell them for whatever profit or whatever. Anyway, I'm going to end the video there. There are a couple more, but I've dragged this video on long enough. I appreciate y'all coming to watch another one of Mr. Heater Cheeks videos, man. Those are the most anticipated sneaker releases for February 2021. The goal is still 8K by the end of 2021, man. We're grinding. We're going. And we'll get there. So I'm just going to get out of here. I'm going to sign out, man. I love y'all. OVE!